Okay. Make sure this is not echoing. Happy Monday. Let's see. Hey guys, it's Ryan. Brothers Elite Pigeon Auctions. How are you doing this evening on this Monday? Welcome Monday for the new Monday Night Family Show. Actually, you know what? Put the wrong song up. I could redo it again, but I just want to make sure this is working. Sorry about that. Let's see if we are on the internet, YouTube, and Facebook. If we are, good. Yeah, we got some people on. Whoa, WO Pigeons. Nice to see you on. Hello from Winnipeg. How's it going in Winnipeg? And good evening, Nelson Pigeons. Good evening, guys. This is the Monday Night Family Show. Tonight is going to be a little different. We don't have LMR with us. Not tonight. Oh, let's bring her back down just a wee bit. Huh, doesn't come down. She's not coming down. A little bit too over my head there, but it's okay. I'm using a new gimbal tonight. Let's see if that'll work a bit better. Oh, he follows me where I go. So, anyways, okay, you guys are on. Are we on Facebook? We will find out here momentarily. I'm trying something new tonight, a brand new choof, the blue choof. I've never had it. Called Nice Choof. Very nice. This is what we're gonna have tonight. Um, I just finished doing some photography, but again, as I say, guys, this show works best when you participate. So don't be shy. I will say already right off the top rope, we've got some fantastic pigeons up for grabs. I have been lucky enough. I did the photographs of the A&M Van Hee pigeons. Four super pigeons there. I've got them actually here with me. I might show them tonight, but again, all direct children off of the First National or the Ace Pigeons, First Provincial Ace Pigeons. Just a tremendous group of four pigeons, two cocks, two hens, which is great. We've also got opening up. Our first auction is going to open up on this Wednesday. And if you guys are lucky, you can buy the old Yansons. Again, there you go. Our legacy pairs here from the Schumacher Center. We are collaborating this season with the Schumacher to congratulate their 70 years of pigeon racing history. I did a great little, I don't know if great, I think it was pretty good little documentary interview with Stefan, the owner. You're going to see that here in a few days. So we're going to open up with that auction. Every week, we are going to have a match pair selected from the De Schumacher Center. So hopefully you like that. There's my girl, Heather is on. Love your videos. I am your fan in Morocco. Ah, well, that's great. Also, we've got the Pigeon Boss Tour starting next Monday. And we have a second Pigeon Boss tour at the end of November. So if you're interested in coming on a Pigeon Boss tour, we've got space for the second tour. There's two spots available. That's the one where we're going to be going to the Cassel show in Germany, and we're going to see some top breeders as well. I don't have a photo of that. Maybe I do. I can check here on my photos. Let's see if I have it here. I might just have it here. Sometimes you never know. You look in the tickle trunk and bing bop boom bop bam, as they say. I'm searching. I'm searching. I don't think I got it. Or yes, I do. Aha, done. I have her. This is the. It's going to be a little small photo, but hey, take a look. This is the next Pigeon Boss Tour for Cassell. We have a gentleman coming from the UK, James Wheeler. You are right now first guy on the tour, so cheers to you, my friend. But if you guys do want to come on, it's totally affordable. You're going to get to go to the Cassel show in Germany, and then we're going to see breeders in Belgium and Holland, and you're going to see probably about 100 exhibits there with breeders as well. So don't worry, it will be good. Heather Collins says, "Good evening. Yes, Pigeon Racing UK. Hello. What is a minimum size for a breeding box in your pigeon? In your Minimum size for a breeding box. I think a good nest box, a standard nest box, what is it? Roughly 18, 16 in depth, 16, 18 inches. I mean, I don't think to make them too small. If you're trying to make them small just to fit more boxes in, it's not good. But if you get the classic nest fronts, okay, the ones that swing open, that's a standard box. Again, you can make them a little deeper and put a divider in the back of it so they close. So you can get a deeper box. I prefer deeper boxes. I think more room is good, and pigeons like dark spots. You will see when I did the interview. When we were at the breeding center and I showed you the old Jansen nest boxes, you'll see little dark cubbies they make. A nest box doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be super big. It doesn't have to be super small. It has to have a few key things. Has to be cozy. Has to have a little bit of a dark spot. Can have a ledge up in the top where a bowl can go in the top or a bowl can go in the bottom. Pigeons like that. They like to get under. There's so many videos out there, so many lofts that have done. And again, if you come on the Pigeon Boss tour, I'm just saying you can see some of the boxes that people make, automatic, non-automatic, just little cubbies, little small things. But hey, check out my videos. There's all different kinds. I mean, hey, guys win just by using a cardboard box. They cut a little hole out in it to make it nice and dark. But for breeding, I think just a standard nest box, a standard size is good. Again, don't make boxes too small and load them up. Say the wall holds 10 normal nest boxes. Don't think you're going to put 20 in there and put 20 pair in when only 10 fit. So watch what you do. That's all I can say to that. Don't forget, guys, to like, share, and subscribe. A little bit tired here today. I was off for a few days. I'm going to try my new choof, 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 choof. Oof, 10%. This son of a gun closed like a freight train. My first time ever drinking the real dark choof. We'll have to try this one with Lars. Again, Thursday evenings coming up, we are going to have Lars on. I haven't picked the time yet, so check it out. A reminder, the Lars show, it'll be Lars and myself, and we're going to go through all the auction birds. So our first week up, we are actually just to get our feet started. The only auction we are going to look at is the pair of Jansens. So we're going to look at them. We're just going to get our feet wet. We're going to have a couple beers, and we're going to talk pigeons. We're going to get them back into the swing of things again. It could be a little rusty, Lars, and that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Once we get on the bike, we'll be fine. And what else we got here? Let's look. What percentage of protein do we feed during the molting? You want more protein. I think you want proteins and fats. Again, it's just proteins and fats. I don't think you got to get, over the top. You just need the percentages. If you get a molting mix and take a look at what's in a molting mix, it doesn't look very, it's not 100% protein. There's a mixture, there's a balance, 20, 25% protein. Hey, 18% protein. That's all you need. Put some protein, put some carbs, put some fat, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and you'll get them through the molt, no problem. And again, if you want to know exact figures, um, I just do it on a feel, to be honest. But if you take a look at the bags of feed from Van Robi's, probably even from Versalaga, and you look at their molting mix, look at how much protein's in it. Okay, look at what the base of the mix is. I remember with Versalaga, it was a very, very wasn't a very beautiful looking mix. Very, very plain sort of Jane. And again, you're getting them through the molt. They should molt fairly quick and easy too at the end of the season. The bodies, when your birds are in super condition, they fall apart real quick, especially once you back them off the races. And again, just give them a molting mix, and again, you can mix a little bit of fat in there or a little bit of candy mix in there, or hey, a little bit of corn. You do what you want, but I don't think you got to be put 100% protein. I wouldn't do that. Let's see. Where is Ricky tonight? Ricky, he is not on tonight. He had to run an errand, so he can't make it. And Lars is going to be on Thursday nights. So Thursday nights, Lars is going to be on with me. I went over to Lars's yesterday. We were looking at some birds. I set up some photos. I had to do some photos for him. Ralph B. I already read that. Pigeon UK. I breed some young birds, and one is smaller than the other. Seems healthy, but a lot smaller. Hatched a day apart. Well, that's why it's a little bit smaller. It's a little bit of a runt. You can leave it. Something happened there. I would just let it go and see what happens. If it gets weaker and weaker and can't fight with the other one or can't keep up, get rid of it. My man Eddie Ortiz is from Wilmington. David Blum says, "Good evening from Prince Edward." Post your comments and questions. I tell you guys to do it. You guys are going to help me tonight with this show. Those blacks for Jansons. No, they're not blacks. Come on, you're colorblind. What for Doma? The Jansons are slates. They're slates. They're not blacks. Just how the photo looks, my friend. Let's pull them back up. It's a slate. It's a slate. Take a look at black is in the background. And take a look at the color. They're slates. Lars really selected a real nice pair here, but those are a pair of slates. The slate cock is on the left, and the slate checker hen is on the right. They're not blacks. Eddie, take your sunglasses off, my man. I promise you they're not blacks. This beer, she's a rough one. But yeah, so what was I going to say? What else was I wanting to say tonight? I'm here in Belgium, in Berlar, and a little bit chilly. Definitely chilly out. I've been already so far to Joost Goosen. Oh, we got that auction opening up on Sunday. You guys say what? The Joost Goosen auction will open. Guys, we've had tremendous, great response with Yos's pigeons. Five super cracks right here. You guys want pigeons that find a way to get to the top? This man, we will be at his house. We are going to sit down, talk pigeons with him, and he will be on the Pigeon Boss tour as well. I don't have the Anime Van He uh, auction photo up. I just did the photo. I was at Anime's place today. Unfortunately, Anime had some eye surgery, so I couldn't get to her first. So I had to sort of reverse it. But I was there today. It was nice seeing her. Man, she really has top pigeons. And, JD, if you're watching, and I'm going to throw this one out to you, my friend, there are a couple pigeons in her sale. There's four pigeons. All four are very, very nice. But the two cocks in the sale are, in my opinion, mind blowing. She's got a super red cock and a beautiful blue cock. They're not just beautiful, they have the performance. Again, all out of their top provincial and national ace pigeons. Anime Van He over 100 seasons. Again, this is the family show. Normally, we should be talking everything pigeons. I'm kind of excited because we have these birds and they're that nice. We're really getting down to the breeders now and cutting it back. No more than four or five pigeons. If I say five, it's because there's a reason. Um, but lots to come. I've got some new loft tours already working on, and hey, it is what it is. It's busy. I've been working since I pretty much got off the plane, even though I wasn't feeling the best. I didn't stop. I grounded it and pounded it because we want to get you guys some great content. What else was I going to say? Eddie Ortiz. Okay. Neil says, any visits to small pigeon lofts? Absolutely. I'm going to be going to Mars's loft. You guys might not know the name, not far from me here, a real good flyer in the Burlar area. Um, we've got small lofts planned. We've got medium lofts planned. We've got large lofts planned. You just have to to follow along. I can't give you a complete guideline on every single loft I'm going to be doing in what order. You're just going to have to stay on the page and follow us. Again, sometimes you're going to be going here and something comes up, then you're going there, something comes up. We are going to be going to Fountain and Lane again in Holland. I got to congratulate Fountain and Lane, and we've done two auctions for them. Each year the quality goes up, up, up. Last year was phenomenal. People that missed out on their proven racers were you wanted super proven racers and you missed it. This year you will not miss it. Don't miss it. We will be going there. That's a very small loft in the Netherlands, and I want to congratulate them. They had the fifth best sprint pigeon in all of the Netherlands. Fountain and Lenen, what can I say? You guys want small lofts? When we bring them to you, don't say, I don't know who they are. You're going to have to trust. Trust is key. Oh, Eddie Ortiz says, I got a tip from a friend a while ago for breeding season. He told me to purchase high protein puppy food, which I found 29% range, and mix it in their feed. Okay, let it work. You can use, some people use puppy food, some people use cat food, some people use fish pellets, some people use turkey grower pellets. Again, you just need to get a good amount of protein in. They don't have to eat 100% protein, you know? If you look at, for instance, and if you sort of really want to know, if you look at a bag of feed, and I'm just going to go on what Versalaga, I think Versalaga in their mutine mix, molting mix, mutine they called it. I think they only were at about 22% protein in the bag. I might be wrong, but if I can remember from when I used to sell it, it was between 18 and 25%. You need to have a little mix there. Mm. What's a crack? I see on the side. What it what what's a crack? I see that on the side pedigree before. I don't know what you're talking about. Eddie Ortiz, I started doing this like now, and I get them used to the small puppy mix. Hey, there you go. And you can, the puppy mix, it's like a pellet, right? So when it goes in, um, it expands. Good for feeding, I guess, youngsters. I don't know. I don't really know. I know Verstrada, he liked to use the puppy food. One time I'm going to have to ask Guy. When I'm at Guy's, I will ask him. He'll probably roll his eyes and probably say after people come up with crazy things. But hey, protein is protein, right? I think some of the better pigeons come from smaller lofts. Well, small lofts, sure. Good pigeons in larger lofts. I mean, what do you guys think of Annemie Van Heet? Let's think about this. She's been racing pigeons for 100 years with her family. I don't think I wouldn't call it a big, big loft. You know, she flies maybe 80 to 100 youngsters. She flies 50, 60 old birds. I call it just a regular size loft, but the winds and the winds and the winds. Now, a guy like Joost Goosen, he's small. He only flies 10 or 15 pigeons, smaller than Van Heet, but both are fairly the same. Just she has a few more pigeons, but she's no Jan Hoymans where they're flying five, 600 birds a week. So I think when you find these lofts that are, you know, in that range, think you're going to find real good pigeons. And I'm not saying you're not going to get great pigeons from Hoymans. Again, they just have a lot more pigeons. Uh, a crack means a cracker on the top pigeon. Okay, cracker. Yeah. I love her birds. Hey, you know what? I will show a bird. What's the price for the November tour? Now, if Leah is watching, if you go to our website, okay, I don't want to give. I like how you worded this. You caught me on this. You caught me on it because I don't do I don't have the pricing. It's not over the moon. I'm going to tell you this. You're not going to go broke. We've priced these trips so people can come on them, so people can afford them. Everything in this world is so damn expensive. Uh, Leah, if you are watching, if you could post up for this Cassell tour, post it up. The tour doesn't include your flight. It includes breakfast. It includes where you stay. It includes driving to all the places. It doesn't include dinner. It includes all your booze, all your snacks, stuff like that. But it just doesn't include dinner and your flight. I will let Leah post this in, but we have two spots still available. And hey, if you want to go to the show in Germany, and I recommend the show in Germany because the Germans, and I'm going to say this, when you go to the Germany show, you get all the German booths. The Germans don't normally go to Holland or to Belgium. Okay. The Belgians will go to Germany. The Belgians will go to Holland. The Belgians will go to Poland. Same with the Dutch. But when you go to Germany, you get all the German booths, which are very good. You get the Belgians, you get the Dutch. So I recommend the German show. Very, very good show. I like Fugare. I think that's super. I like Houghton. I've been to Poland. All the shows are good. One thing about the German show, there's a lot of little technical things, there little gadgets and stuff like that. So it is a good show, and we're going to be going to that. So you get your hotel for that as well. We cover your hotel on that one. Let me just see. Yeah, here. All the info is on our homepage, so go and take a look. But the price for the tour, yeah, I was gonna say it's $2,800 per person, Canadian dollars. So if you're an American, if you want to pay me in American, you can. It's in Canadian dollars. It's laughable. Where do you go for a week for this kind of money and get to see top lofts? You don't. You're gonna see Bosman's Leakins. You're gonna see. Oh, should I give all the names? Should I, or do you want to put some of the names in there, Leah? If you want to post the names in, some of the names you can. I don't know if we want to kiss and tell. What's that on the what's in the G? I don't know. What's GBP? So that's the I don't know. Good morning. Hey, there's my man from there's Hendo from Australia. I'm going to show you guys a pigeon here before I get into this. You guys want to see one pigeon before we start? I'm really quite impressed with these pigeons. So if you want to see one, I will pull one up. JD wrote, I think the best pigeons are the guys that are a working family and not breeding in everything under the sun. Oh, you know, we'll say here, the guys that work and race pigeons, their real hobby is pigeon racing. I think they pigeon race harder than they work. Great Britain pounds. What's the price in Great Britain pounds? I don't know. Just ask your phone. Show a bird. Okay, we're gonna show a bird. Great Britain pounds. Sorry about that. You just type it up to your phone, and I am gonna grab a pigeon. See? I got my new camera here. It's working pretty darn good. Oh, come here, Poppy. Here. Ooh. Voila. Ooh, isn't he nice? Look at this cock, eh? Now I'm just going to see if I can stop the camera here for a second so you guys can see. Is like oak. I mean, he's just rippling. Beautiful, nice tight forearm. He's got that color of Mota through him. And I was pretty lucky because she had two brothers, the same in the nest. and I picked him. Both brothers were nice. This guy just had just that little extra more. I picked him, and again, whoever gets this pigeon is going to be real happy. A direct child. I'm not going to get into the pedigree here, but I promise you, they're all directs from Van He. I'm only interested. I really, guys, we really try and just bring you directs if possible. But there you have it from A&M Van He. One picture, thousand words. You are very welcome. Any hens in the basket? Yes, I have a hen. This hen. It was funny. The hen that I can show you here now from Van He didn't want to let it go, and she had the full brother. Um, did I like the brother a little bit better? Maybe just a smidge, but I wanted to have two hens and two cocks, and she wanted the hen, and I took the hen. So yeah, you have a super nice hen. I'll bring up a hen. She's a real darling, this hen. See, hold on. I gotta shut the camera down here. Hold on. Oh, it's funny here. Hold on. There you go. Let's bring her up. What a nice hen. What a nice hen. Her full brother is a 10 as well. I like it. She's got the little tick. I like when Van He's got the white toenails. This one doesn't have it, but lots that did. Take a look though. What a super nice hen. She's got a great vibration, put together just like steel. And I like it when they let me pick the way I get to, and I can bring you direct children off of a national winner or national ace pigeon or provincial ace pigeon. When you get that, you know you're going the right way, and there's no problems. There's no complaining. Just they want us to represent the pigeons great. So you guys want to win. These are the pigeons. They will do it. This hen's a doll. Man, is she a doll? Her and her brother. Again, then he's auction opens Friday. She wanted to be first, and I love that about her. She's not afraid. She says, "Put me up first. Let the people see what I have to offer. Maybe, oh, maybe my best collection yet. I don't know. I picked very hard today. Again, all bids are in Canadian dollars. Very nice show. Thank you very much. You are very welcome. Uh, smart looking hand. Yeah, she is smart. Four directs. Again, four directs from Van Heath. This isn't the show, but I'm showing you here a little bit tonight. Keeping it simple. Alrighty. What else are we going to say here? Sometimes these things are, chairs are a little funny. There you go, though. 125 for the British pound. So now that you see, this is what it is. Thank you, Nelson. Let's get to love to have her, but probably got enough Van Hees. You know what? Dave, I know we talked about it, and I said, "Oh, you got to get speed pigeons. You got to get this. You got to get that." I get it. If there's something you like and the price is right, get it. I don't think you can have enough Van Hee in your breeding program because the birds are very consistent. Again, real good in those middle distance to a little bit longer distance races, a more greater middle distance loft. That's what I would say. Um, but we talked about it. Quality speaks for itself. Yeah, you know what? And I want to show. I do want to. No, I'm not going to show another one. I'm not going to do that. I think we've showed enough tonight. What do you guys think? Just looking here at the comments. I also wanted to. I wanted to talk tonight about um, a bit of a brain fart here tonight. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about. Geez, I'm trying to think here. I had something that was important that I wanted to bring up, and my mind's gone blank. This is the worst shoof ever. This isn't the good one. But that's how I kind of feel. Cold and chilly. Hey, it's okay. Oh, I will be Van Hees next week. I'm going to be at Yost Goossens next week. And on this Pigeon Boss tour, I am going to take you guys along with us. So for this Pigeon Boss tour, I'm going to do some lives with the guys, some of the breeders, and when we're doing stuff at restaurants. I want you guys to sort of see what you get so you feel a little more comfortable. So you can come out and say, hey, this is what we're going to be doing, and this is how it is. And you'll see the quality of the food, and you know, we'll go from there. Because I really think this is a great opportunity for people that don't want to waste their time getting in a car and calling breeders and trying to figure out where to go. This is set it and forget it. And I'll take you to the lofts that have great results and they're good people and people that will not be so shy, and let you in. I had one guy I was going to work with to do an auction, but they're worried about getting videos done. They're worried about this. They're worried about that. In this world, anybody can break in and do anything. I think people have to see your loss. I think people have to see your pigeons, see the way you react, how your questions and answers are. And if someone that I want to work with, they don't want to participate in that way, or they're a little bit uptight, those aren't the people I'm interested in getting birds off of because, as much as you're buying the pigeons, you have to enjoy the breeder. You have to like them, the way they sound, their thoughts, their ideas, how they are in a pigeon loft. That's what I'm saying. I already know your operation about one loft. Sorry, my reading. Still working on my reading. Jeff, if you're watching, we're getting better, but I'm not quite there yet. Jeff Henderson sent a photo. All right. Thanks for the photo, Jeff. I can't look at it now. But Pigeon Racer UK says, I already know your opinion about one loft racing, but if you was to send to a one loft race, would you send sprint or long distance pigeons? I'm gonna go with sprint to middle distance, maybe a little bit of long distance. Mostly though sprint middle because all one loft races want it pretty quick. Pretty quick is the way it goes. So I'm thinking faster pigeons. I know people send long distance pigeons and they come through. Again, take a look at Emil Denny. All he sends is his old family of stickleboats, that old family, and they always find a way to the top. Again, a one loft race is only as good as the loft running it. I wanted to say last week, I wanted to make a shout out here to a gentleman that I think watches our show, thinks supports our show. I'm not really sure. I supported him. His name is Bill Estelle. He's from Peterborough, Ontario. I never met the guy. I don't know much about him. I know he got kicked out of the Canadian Racing Pigeon Union and the EOC, and I actually thought that was quite terrible of them for doing that. And I voiced my opinion. I think I even spoke to him one time on the phone. And I'm trying to figure out. There was a post that he made the other day on one of my things where he was calling me out on regards to uh one loft racing with the Ingram Racing Group. Again, I have clients all over North America that purchase pigeons from us. Every pigeon we sell doesn't always breed a winner. It doesn't matter how much you spend on a pigeon, that doesn't mean anything. When you're judging pigeons in a one loft race, it's going to take a bit of time. And what I'm saying is, I like to always test the pigeons at home. When you're testing them at home, you know what's going on. When you test them in a one loft race, you don't. Really, no. You're trusting that the races you're sending to are being honest and open. But if races are cheating, as in not doing the work, taking them not to the distances, fudging it, a little bit of fudging, okay? Then all of what you're judging your breeders on is bullshit. So again, I'm not a big fan of one laugh racing. I think it's great. The thought of it is great. It's the problem is it's the people, okay? It's the people that run it. When there's money involved, I think there's always a little bit of crookery or something. I think it can be in that. And that's what I don't like about one laugh racing. But anyways, Mr. Bill Estelle, from what I gather, I don't know what his point was, but his message was that people that spend big money on pigeons, and actually I thought he said was Ingram spending big money on pigeons from your auction site. Well, what has he done? What I like to say to that is, I think you need to do your research, or we talk, right? We have to do research. We have to see. When I look and I see what the man did in his first year of breeding, the Tar Heel Classic, he destroyed them in that. He won the Pioneer, he destroyed them in that. He did not bad in the Upper Canada for his first season, had some birds in there, won a few $1,000s, did good there. For his first season, right? It doesn't matter how much money you spend, you have to find out what pigeons work. Okay? You can put a Nicholas Norman to a Willie Daniels and it works. Bang, it works great. Or it might not work. You have to figure it out. But this gentleman here, he's saying for all this money, what has the guy done? Well, I'm going to say this. Wait and see. Watch and wait a little longer. As me and Serge Van Alsecker said, not the first year and it's not the second year, not the third. By the fourth and the fifth, he'll win big. And he's already starting to win big. But again, Mr. Bill Estelle, I'm on your side, bud. I want to see you race, and I hope you do get to race. You say something along the lines of I'm in some type of a glass house or something. My friend, uh, my glass is like bulletproof, so I'm not overly worried. You can throw whatever you want at me. And I look at the results at the end of the day, and I know one thing. I'm going to take guys' pigeons that I know has damn good pigeons. I'll go to Ingram and say, yeah, send me some pigeons to Africa Pro. Send me some pigeons here. I got no problem. Even if you haven't won a one law race, because I know the quality of the pigeons. If we take the man's pigeon and put them up for auction, people will jump all over them because they have the quality. They have the quality. Quality in the end, what brings it to the top level. If there is a real race out there where the guy does it right, that's exactly where those pigeons shine. If the races are fudged or botched, it doesn't matter what pigeons you send. And you know, a funny thing, I looked at this year and I looked at the Upper Canada race. Not sure, not sure how legitimate it was. I'm not sure if there was any funny business. A few things don't seem right. But I looked at Dell Racing and I looked at Ingram Racing, and I wanted to say for Bill, from the activation race, the Ingram Group ahead of you. On the first race, they were ahead of you. On the second race, they were ahead of you. And on the third race, they were ahead of you. Both lofts didn't win the race. Both lofts sucked. No participation. You're not first, you're last. Ricky Bobby is right. Don't matter how much money you spend or how much you don't, but I'll tell you, for quality pigeons in the end will show up at the top. You'll see. Do I want to keep going on this subject? Not really. I'm not overly sensitive. You'll probably come in and attack me on something, and I know one thing. You know Ingram Group. Ingram Group doesn't know you. Moving along. All I gotta say is about that, Ryan, is look at pedigrees. When those game changers are winning, birds come from, it's definitely not North American. Yeah, 100%. If you take a look at the best, listen, take a look at pedigrees. He's 100% right. Just take a look. I mean, whenever you see, let's just back up here. We can use Mike Gannis. Whenever you see Wolverine in the pedigree, okay? Down in the back, it's Wolverine. Without Wolverine, that bird's not over where it is. Wolverine was the start of it. And look in the pedigree. Look at the Belgian, look at the German, look at the Dutch pigeons in these birds. Look in the pedigrees. All right there. But anyways, as far as I'm concerned, Bill, and I'll say it, in Mississauga, there's another auction site that sells the retreads. Go over there and try them. Cost efficient. Buy a retread. A retread. Four times great grandchildren with zero flying records. If you want to buy pigeons like that, breed them, and send them to one law races, you might win. Sure, you might. You might win, but it's luck. It's all luck. That's just luck. Uh, you don't force anyone to buy the pigeons. You get them. They can do work and try. Done. It not doesn't talk shit. Sport. What can I say? And another thing, I want to give, for a guy like Bill who says the pigeons we sell, I think, are a bit high priced. I want to say this, and I really do mean this. In the Canadian one international one laugh race there, the UC, the Upper Canada, sorry. I want to say in the first season, the ace pigeon was bred by Chris Marshman or Chris Marshman's team. Again, 100% Willie Daniels. Congratulations. That was 15, I think $15,000 win. She had a few top birds that day. Again, all pigeons from Feathers Elite. I want to give a big shout out to a few years back. Tony Elvis and his little syndicate bred the $50,000 winner at the Dutch Touch. Again, believe it was 100% or 50% Feathers Elite from Tino Bergman. I want to give a shout out there. I want to give a big shout out to my friend that won the Florida Pigeon Derby a year and a half ago, winning over $100,000. Feathers Elite Blood, combination Van Zuren. Ray Sheeran did some winning with Ulrich Lemon's pigeon from our first auction ever. Guido Madrusin winning with the animal. I believe some one laugh races as well. And hold on, a big shout out to a guy that did a lot of winning, not only in combines with the Feathers Elite Pigeons, but multiple one laugh races. Ian Sybil won the Pioneer two times. He helped his friend Rick Fife win at the Pioneer. He also won the Nova Scotia one laugh race. And I'm pretty sure by the time this DeVries one laugh race is over, Ian Sybil will be at the top there because he's already got one win. Oh, and another shout out to a friend of ours is Dave Wood with the Yost Goose and Pigeons. He's doing very well in combines and he's doing great in the DeVries one laugh race. Little shout out for Yost Goosen to Dave Wood. Pigeons are bargains after what I have seen and selected. You know, I think sometimes people do get a little jealous, and I think that Bill Estelle is a little bit jealous. Hey, I get jealous, man. I watch the pigeons. I don't have some of the money to buy these pigeons. Sometimes I kick myself in the ass when I can't buy the pigeons. I'm not allowed to buy the pigeons. You know how many pigeons I would have? I look at these four here from Van Hee. I'm good. I'll take all four. Not one problem. Not one problem. The Yost Goosen pigeons, man, it's the same thing. I got it bad, but I have to let you guys have these pigeons. I would love to buy them. The quality is good. Reminder, you pay in Canadian dollars. Once you start buying direct children, it goes up. Everything goes up for you. Have you ever wondered, like, you know, think about it. What's the point of buying great great grandchildren? Of what? Get that fruit real fresh from the tree. Get them hand selected. Mike Sheridan, what do you think happened at the Hoosier race? Ooh, well, there's something going on. There's something going on at the Hoosier. Is it at the Hoosier? Is it at the Peach Classic? Is it at the DeVries race? Something's going on. There's one-off races where guys never have bad days. They come pretty darn sunshines and rainbows. And then there's other races that just train wreck. I looked at the one lost the what was I going to say, the Hoosier, and I've watched Jimmy. He's been doing these videos, and I guess he's posting videos that the birds don't go in the trailer, and the birds don't have to sit in the trailer overnight, and you make everything hunky dory. They make it soft kitty, and whenever there's any type of adversity, the pigeons fail. But I will say, when you're flying 1400 and you're training the birds as hard as they've trained them, they should come a hell of a lot better than that. I can understand it. Hey, we all have a bad day, but hey, I don't know. Again, when I see them come from the training, a few guys from the AU convention posted up the videos. I didn't personally like how they came. They wanted to fly a lot, blowing the whistle, no response. To me, the birds were acting very sleepy. But again, Jim Ward is the $1 million man. You guys load up his pockets, and he's giving you his very best. And if that's his very best, then there you go. I think if you talk to Jim privately, he'd rather probably be playing with 300 pigeons or 200 pigeons, and he'd have them coming probably 100 times better. But you guys all want the big prize money and the big birdage. So, did you see we ran a yearling series, a sprint race, 100, 170, in the finals? I feel the young birds have more to prove and offer the fanciers the choice to stay and compete in the spring 2026, and we will have yearlings. I think that's great. I think a lot of the races should do that, and you're going to make a little bit more money. The owners keep the birds there for a season. I don't know. It's a good idea, Mr. Tarhill. I think the Hoosier used to do it, but I don't know why they got rid of it. I guess people didn't want to stay and participate. I think pigeon men, especially in North America, have a very uh, short focus level. Um, Here in Belgium, they're very about playing with the pigeons and getting them in the widowhood boxes and motivating them and doing all this stuff. And I think in North America, it's, oh, we got to send them to one laugh race and boom, 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 done, on to the next season. One laugh race, boom, 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 done, on to the next season. One laugh race, boom, 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 done, on to the next season. I don't think people have it the same way. Randy, seems like a conflict of interest when Gannis comes second. Guys, I don't really care. Congratulations to Mike Gannis for coming second in his own race. It's fine. Everybody will go back, and who cares, guys? It's all money. Do we? Does anybody really give a shit? I don't. If you don't like the race, don't go in the race. I don't personally like the race. I'm not going in the race. I think it's. For what they're putting out and claiming and all this, I think it's, you know what, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it. That's what I'm going to say there. But congratulations to Mike Ganis, second place at the Hoosier. No, this is a different Sagan. Again, after the bicycle riders, Patrick Books has Sagan and Jos Goosen. Both tremendous, great results. You're not going to go wrong when they name him after a bicycle rider like that. You're going to be okay. So just trust me, Pigeon Guy UK. In that auction, there's five pigeons out of this world. The My favorite in the sale will is the 27. I think he's the 427. What a cock! What a cock bird! Again, opens on the second. We've had great results from Jos Goosen. Oh, complaint, guys! I'm going to complain at you. We get the people that call us and give us the results. Oh, big shout out to Jason Mihalik for his results. Let Bill Estelle know, guys. Let him know. And anyone who wants to help him out, give him some birds, no problem. If Bill wants to race in any of the combines and he needs someone to vouch for him, I'm going to help him out as well on that because I want to see him race, regardless if I live in a glass house or I throw shit or whatever he said. It's okay. I don't really care. But I will say I want to get him racing again. That's one thing I want to do is get Bill back to racing because he needs to keep practicing. Points is points is Ingram Birds did fantastic this year, yearling series, first and second in the final 451 miles. Right, this Tar Heel did. Didn't even know the guy from Tar Heel. Yeah, he's been racing one season. He's done very, very well. I promise you guys, in 5 seasons of pigeon racing and one off racing, you guys gonna hit a mega race. Guaranteed. I can bet my life on it. Now, as for everyone else, I don't know. I know the type of pigeons he has, the type of pigeons he flies, the money he spent, the loft, and I know the way he thinks. That's the most important part. You know, I know the way he thinks. Same thing. When I watch Sorel Lambrechts play with pigeons, I know how he's thinking. I see it. You don't blow the whistle like Jimmy Ward for 15 minutes and birds act as dumb as shit. Blow the whistle one time, bang, the bird's hit. Now, we could say, well, he's only got a handful of pigeons. Yeah, but Sorel Lambrechts ain't making $1 million a year to play the instrument, is he? Could you imagine, guys? Could you imagine? Think about what I'm going to say to you. You go to a concert to watch Elvis Presley play. Let's pick Elvis. Okay, let's pick Elvis. He walks on the stage, he holds the guitar, and someone hits play on the tape, and the tape plays the guitar. There's a stadium of 100,000 people that all paid $100 a ticket. Are you getting your money's worth, or do you want to see Elvis play the guitar? And if Elvis can't play the guitar, then what are you doing? I hear the whistle. I want to see the birds finish. Pay you 1,000 or 700 or 500. Same thing. The Upper Canada, pigeons sitting on the roof for 4 minutes. It's unacceptable shit. But you know what? It's not them that's the problem. It's you guys that are the problem because you continue to put birds in. You continue to support it. A big pyramid of money, great. But I'm not doing the work. They build these contraptions to load the birds faster, to scan the birds quicker, to do this, to do that. Everything to cut down on the work, which is great. So you're cutting down on all this work. Why can't you get the birds to trap better? Come better. Why don't you? I don't know. You tell me. I read on the Mike Gams website that he has sold young birds out of a pigeon called Mona Lisa for 20K each. Sure. And does anybody ever know anything about Mona Lisa? His foundation hen that was a top pigeon in the world. Was it World Ace Challenge? No, it was the Barry U. Yeah, World Ace. No, yeah, World Ace Challenge. World Ace Challenge. The Barry U race. It was a fudged race. The whole Barry U every year cheated in his one-off race. And that pigeon that Gannis calls Mona Lisa, that's where she flew. That's his foundation breeder. See? Never even flew a race, the pigeon. And it's a foundation breeder. That's called luck, man. Many one-off races should be shamed of the way the birds trap. Wow, this man's got it. He can see the forest through the trees. Alvarez, 100%. Crap. I'd be embarrassed. You know, you go for dinner and your kids at the table, they're running around the restaurant acting like little bastards. That's a reflection on you. Discipline those kids. Sit there and be quiet, eat your meal, speak when you're spoken to, and be quiet. I go to restaurants and I see kids running around acting like idiots. And people say, "Oh, those kids are so bad behaved." No, they're not bad behaved. The parents shouldn't have had children. They don't want to discipline them. And those same thing in pigeon racing. People take the pigeons in, they take the money in, they build things to make the loading easy and big drinkers and wireless. The floors are all wire, so the droppings go through. Take your money. You know what they're doing? They're watching baseball. They're taking your kids out. Are they putting a full day's work into those pigeons? Because you know what? Trapping is the easiest thing to teach them. It's not hard, but you've got to put the work into it. And actually, you don't even have to put a lot of work into it. 20 times, boom, they trap it like rockets. If they don't trap right, no feed until it's time. Don't like 50 birds on a drop to see who steps on the pad first. Yeah, but you want to know what? I don't like 50 birds on a drop. But I think when there's 50 birds on the drop, the first bird, second bird, and the third bird should win money. Because that's what it boils down to in the end. Pigeon racing is the only sport where there's such thing as equal. It's such thing as equal. This is all because of the money. If you took away the money, people wouldn't say equal first. They'd say first through the clock. It would be first, second, third, boom, 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 like that. But we got to make the pyramid for money, so everybody keeps coming back. Again, people, I see it. I see people bragging about, oh, this is a winner. This is a winner. No, this is just money. Just money. They're not real winners. Look at the birds clocking in my race. 500 birds in under 2 minutes. Benzing claims they have never seen birds clock that fast. I have videos on YouTube, and you can see it. He wants you guys to go to his race. Take a look. Go look. I don't know. I know how to put them through the clock the same way. Yeah. We uh we bought the Taurus clock. That didn't work. We had to put speed bumps in. The Unicon doesn't work. We had to put that in. We had it with our benzing. I always recommend. I think about 200 birds, you can get it to jam, no problem. I mean, you get 60, 70 birds quick. That's why I put drinkers. Uh, I put in the loft, I put the pads on the drinkers as well. And I never had a problem after that. And I want to give Benzing credit. I gave them the idea and they made drinker pads. If you don't want to buy a drinker pad from Benzing, just buy the 12 field antenna and put a drinker on it. All the birds scan like no problem. But I did give them the idea of the drinker pad. I actually did. Okay. I prefer headwinds smash to get a special bird. Eddie, yes, I know. But 99% of all pigeon guys don't want that. They're all going to say they want it, but they really don't. Prime example. I like spicy food. I'm not going to eat one of those Carolina Reaper peppers. I like spicy food. I like a little bit of spice. I'm not eating a Carolina Reaper. I'm not eating the stupid hot sauce that burns your ass out. No. But if we're talking amongst the guys, oh yeah, I like hot. Yeah, hot's good. Great. It's great. That's all blah blah blah. Pigeon men don't like it tough. No, no, no toughness. That's all bullshit. There's only a small percentage like it tough. The only clock I would use is the Benzing. That's I'm just being honest. I've never tried the Brecon, but I think the Benzing for right now, that's in my opinion. I'm pretty impressed with the Benzing clock. Haven't seen much problems with it yet. I wish the pads were already Bluetooth. I don't think they should have those cables, but oh well. What are you gonna do? It'll eventually change. 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock here in Belgium, or 12 o'clock here in Belgium. I agree with you, mate. I kind of, and I'll be honest, I kind of miss the manual clocks. And the reason I say this was when you had a manual clock, you were really part of the team, you know? You had to learn how to get them in, learn how to, do it all, and then keep the birds fresh for the next week to not be scared of you. So you had to really put that work in. And I think pigeon racing lost that with the electronic clocks. And I say to new people that start, if you can use a manual clock, I think it makes you almost a little bit better of a pigeon man to start. I think it's a good practice. You know, great advantages to the electronics, and not about not being there. I think the best feature with the electronics is you don't have to bother the bird as soon as it comes in. That's the number one thing. But there's something about those manual clocks with those little gummies and putting them in the clock and punching the clock and making sure that you set the clock right, and there's always drama. Clock wasn't set right, or somebody was tampering or something. And that's always what made it fun. Or you dropped the gummy on the floor and you couldn't find it. Uh, I call that the romance of pigeon racing. Okay. And the electronic clocks kind of took that away. But hey, for those that did use the manual clocks, you know exactly what I'm saying. You know how many times you won a race, you know how many times you lost a race, how many times you lost the gummy, you dropped the clock, you didn't wind the clock, uh, the paper ripped, the pad didn't punch, all the all the fun things. It was funny. We're going to do on the Pigeon Boss tour. We are going to go to Tom's Clocks, to his museum. And I say to the people from Australia, if you are coming and there's something you want to buy vintage, normally has a few things that he will probably sell. I think. Asked. We beat Mona Lisa. Well, no, nobody beat Mona Lisa. Nobody won the World Ace Challenge. Barry Yu never raced them. He never took them anywhere except for his Chinese restaurant where he was letting birds out. So nobody actually won it. Tom's Clock is on the Pigeon Boss tour. Yeah. So if you want to get a few things or buy something, you'll have a chance there. You'll be mind blown. But it was fun because, he knows how to set all the clocks. Like he knows how to set clocks I've never set. I know the juniors or the Benzing, whatever. Certain ones I can set. But you kind of think to yourself, like, oh, how do I set the clock again? How do you do it? And what were the steps? And I'll say on Fridays when I was growing up as a kid, um, the time I could remember, I would be allowed to help set the clock, and I'd sit on the table in the kitchen, and the clock would come over and I'd open it and I'd try and I couldn't do it. I'd try or I'd screw it up or whatever, or I did something wrong. And my dad made me a part of that to do that. Same thing, we go to the club and he'd turn the puncher, or he'd hold the clock so I could turn it, or he'd help me punch the thing down. You put the clock to your ear and listen, and you go, is the clock running yet? And you'd look at it. And I remember going to the club. I could go back in your head, and you wanted to make sure your clock was running fast and not slow or right on, and you'd listen. And it was the romance of that. And I really, really missed that part of it. Those small little things. Again, it's always the little things that people take for granted. And I think that was a beautiful part of pigeon racing, were those clocks. And there was always the guy at the club that read the clocks or set the clocks. You know, I'm going back, and I know this means nothing to probably you guys, but it's something in my brain that I miss. Like a good restaurant or something. I remember going. We were in the Far North Club, and Volker Vale, Warner's his son. His father would read the clocks, and he had his voice and the way he did it, and everyone. It was quiet, and nobody was on a phone, and people were listening and writing down and listening, and it was good. It was great. Something I remember. I can hear it like yesterday, and I miss it. I do miss it. Let's get back to the comments. Let's see. Sorry, guys. I was rambling on there. I don't want to get emotional. Eddie Ortiz says, Ryan, many flyers hold their birds in for the winter due to hawks. How do they manage them for racing? Many flyers hold in. There's guys here that are flying their birds. There's guys that hold in their birds. Everybody has a little different theory. I think if you're going to hold your birds in, you know, if I was here, I would play my birds every so many days per week just to keep them exercising. I don't know in this country if I would back them right off. I think I would play them. I think almost in every country, I think it's smart to, when they're done the season, you can back them off and let them out 2 or 3 days in a week, maybe for a half hour, half hour on Monday, half hour on Wednesday, half hour on Friday. So they keep up, they keep coming in, keep coming out. But again, you're going to play with the Hawks again, but you just want to keep them moving, everything moving. I think that's better than keeping them in. But again, you're going to play where we are in Canada. Uh, in January, it's cold, it's shitty, it's lots of wind and snow. And I haven't tried it. I'd like to, just haven't had the opportunity to. If I bought pigeons from the Lear market, how would I bring them back to England? We have a courier that can help you. Lear Market's good. You can find some nice birds there. That area here, again, you're in the Diamond Vermont, so lots of good sprint middle distance. I think one of the best areas in all of Belgium, to be honest. And if you go to the Lear Market, it's super fun. I don't know if you've ever been, but again, that's like a pigeon church. There's just something. If you're a real pigeon man and you go there, there's just a feeling. Even when there's no pigeons there, I get the feeling. It's just something good. I feel something. At Pigeon UK are the countries that take birds back from the UK. Yeah, there it is, right there. So if you buy pigeons even off of our site, people who buy them from the UK, we can get them to the UK. Not a problem. We are going to have, I believe, three UK lofts this season at Feathers Elite Pigeon Auctions. I'm not going to tell you who. You're going to have to wait and see, but I think you'll be pretty impressed. Who would like to see another bird? Let me know. Hopefully the camera is not blurry. Reminder, guys, here we go. Pigeon Race UK. Check out the videos we have done at the Lear. Yeah, check them out. I've done quite a few at the Lear. It's a nice place. Ricky likes it there. I think everybody I've taken to the Lear Market really enjoyed it. I'm going to say something. I wish I would have been able to go to the Lear at the 70s or the 80s and the 90s or even the early 2000s. I wasn't lucky enough to get there. until about 7 years ago, and it's still awesome. Show another bird, please, says Mr. Tracy. Okay, we're going to show a cockbird from A&M Van Heat. Easy pops. Come on. Ooh, ooh. Easy. Oh, shit. What a bomb. What a bomb. Bomb, bomb, ba 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 bomb. Here we go. I remember this one today when I got him in my hands. All I said was, yep, this one will be coming with me. This one will be coming with me. And he was, and he was, and he was. And as my girl Enemy said, oh, Ryan, we can't sneak a good one past you, can we? He said, all the ones you picked, I was hoping to keep for myself. But again, when you're picking from the direct children and they fit like these, hey, you don't have to worry. 100 years of doing this. Look at the back, eh? Just like oak. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Urgh. I got the pedigrees in the other room, but all direct children. Look at the ends of these flights. Look at the butter knives. Another thing I'll tell you guys. Oh, I don't want to put shit on my basket. Check out my basket. I'll show you something here. You like those, eh? I love them. Best widowhood baskets are always in Belgium. They are. I'll show you something. Learn from some of the guys here. They look at certain things on flights of the pigeons. I don't know if I can bring this in enough, but let's just see here. Let's just bring her. Wait, let's just do this. Here we go. So when you talk to a guy, especially like Jos Goosen, okay, you always count 1, 2, 3, and you take the third flight and you push it up and you look at the gap. 1, 1, 2, 3 to the six. Look at how high the gap is. Look at how many inches it is. It's a nice big jump up step. Something that Yosh believes in big time. Again, I like it. I always like when you open the wings to see how they cover, how the flights lock in. This pigeon's super nice. Even with shit on my fingers. Back. What do we say here? I would like to see another bird. Can you talk to us about what the bird handles like, please? And thank you. Okay. So that pigeon, is one of those pigeons that I can say, and I can go back to the red cock. I put him in my hands, and I'm instantly feeling a bar, a solid bar, strong, one pin. What does one pin mean? Like a bowling pin. Like it's solid. The tail's not coming up. It's not going left. It's not going right. It doesn't feel like this part, the back, isn't connected. I'm looking for a solid bar. Now, this pigeon, I'm a little louder, and now where you are, the pigeon gets a bit nervous. When you calm down and you feel it, you feel it. You're feeling in the arm, the thickness here in the arm, in the armpit, that armpit. And what I want to tell you is, if you take your finger, go to your wife, and don't tell her and grab her underneath her arm, she'll pull her arm down tight. Oh, I don't like that feeling. When I lift up a pigeon's arm and I put my finger into their armpit, I want to feel it clamp down and press. And I want this to be thick and short, perfect. The muscle. I want to feel the muscle like a bicycle tire. Okay? I don't mind if I feel a little bit of keel. I like to feel the keel bone, and you know what? That keel bone, I like to make sure it's a nice, thick, strong bone. Okay. I like it when a pigeon puts its feet out, stretches his legs in my hands. I really enjoy that. Um, I like when I open the wing and it has that nice snap, and always your fingers in here, you feel those feathers, you feel the softness of the feathers, oily feathers. I like looking into the eye. I like the brightness. I like to look up in the top of the eye. I like to look in the mouth. But overall, I just like how that pigeon calms down in my hands. And I pass the pigeon to Annemie. We talk for a minute. She passes it back. But I know pretty much in a few seconds exactly if it's a yes or a no. And I always like when a pigeon's in a room how he handles the situation, how he looks, how he understands. Like this. I never have to do anything like this, opening the bird's legs and seeing how the back is and doing this. I'm not looking for water. Okay. Pigeons don't fly with their legs open. Let me put him back. And I like it when a pigeon feels like they have lots of feathers. Lots of feathers. Like a woman's hair, beautiful hair. It's oily or it's just got this feeling or the smell and something about it. You see it. Not every woman has it. Sorry, women that are watching the show. Sorry about that. Oh, we got some more comments. So let me look here. That's money, dude. Michael Peeler says that's money. Yes, it is. Jeff Henderson looks fantastic. Thank you. Metal yellow, first red. Okay. Beautiful pigeon. Yeah, beautiful. There's a guy who's got great pigeons as well. Another small loft. These pigeons have done great in the UK. Combination Van Zorn. We will be going to Alfred's place. We will be doing another small auction with Alfred. Again, only the top quality. That's what we ask. Alfred produces, same like Enemy Van He. All our breeders, we push them the same way. We treat every breeder the same. Nice tip. Pigeons. Out of all the lofts you've visited over the years, the best pigeons you've ever seen. Best pigeons I've ever seen. Wow. The other day I was at Bosman's and Leekins. Okay, and I handle the first national. I was actually saying in one day I handled two or three first provincials. I handled two or three first nationals. Handled an ace pigeon. Hey, take a look, guys. This man right here handled the best pigeon in all of the Netherlands in I believe it was 2021 with Olympic Henny. Best pigeon in all of the Netherlands. I handled the pigeon. If you're asking me what is the best, what is the best? I mean, I've handled some pigeons that just mind blow you. But in the same loft, I've handled pigeons. They're eight and a half, nines, but great results. I don't think I have a favorite. I don't think that's being fair. I think maybe there's some lofts that I would maybe prefer to fly some birds over than others. But overall, any of the breeders that we represent, I would definitely play with their pigeons. I have no problems. I see the results. I see the passion. I see the pedigrees of the pigeons. I think I can hit it with any of them. For the newbies, show them handbirds to people. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can show you that. I'll show you that here in a moment. Best you've ever seen. Alfred had super birds. Yeah, David Tracy knows. He's playing with them. David Tracy's playing with Alfred's birds. David Tracy's been playing with Annemie Van He birds. He's got some Emile Denny's pigeons. I said to David, we got to get you a few sprint pigeons in there or shorter middle distance pigeons. and just add, and you'll see. Question. I guess I can bring out the fourth pigeon. Here's another one. This is the fourth one from A&M Van Heath. This is kind of, we call her the ugly duckling, and she's not ugly. Um, she's the deeper one, but boy, blowing out real nice. Again, from a first, I believe it's first national or first national ace. Enemy liked her a lot because of the cocky look. Oh, oh, oh. Very intelligent pigeon. Nice balance. You see, I moved the pigeon. The pigeon don't act idiotic. One pin to go. I like the wing on this pigeon. I like the flights. I like the softness again. Whenever you hand somebody a pigeon, you never hand them the pigeon this way, back towards a pigeon. Always hand the pigeon face towards a pigeon, face towards the guy. Okay? So I can see me in the camera. If someone gives me a pigeon and faces him backwards to me, he doesn't know what he's doing. Face him forward. Right? Easy. But that's for people who don't know. Some people don't know. I see people hand people pigeons backwards, and I always laugh a little bit. But if you were never shown, then how do you know, right? Very nice pigeon. Very nice pigeon. Uh, it's a tough shoof. Choofy choofy. I'm gonna tell you, this looks like the Christmas one, but she is. Oh, she's like tar. She's not that bad. Maybe I need to have two or three, but she's a bit of a rough one. I'm not gonna lie. Not my favorite choof. I think I would have rather done the cherry, but boy, I will say again on this beer, great flavor. I'm going to do this one with Lars, and let's see what he thinks of it. I don't know if he's had it, but yeah, when looking at pigeons, and I think guys that have done some winning, handled lots of pigeons, like guy like Alfred or the breeders that we deal with, they normally know within 2 or 3 seconds, is this yes or no. I find selecting pigeons is maybe not I'm not going to say easy, like I'm good at it. I'm saying I just know in a few seconds. I says, yeah, I'm today. I picked from the group. Went through and I was polite. Oh yeah, this is nice. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Nice one, yeah. But when I get one that I like, yes, please. Thank you very much. Okay. Put that one in the basket. Don't worry about the pedigree. Just put her over there in the basket. Then we go through. I picked all four of those. All four of those were directs. Didn't see the pedigrees, just on the feel of the pigeons. You'll find pigeons from most of the time will have that super feel. Again, Trapke pigeons was a pigeon I didn't like how he handled. I can feel that in his children. I actually know now. I've been to Emil's enough times. When he brings me out a Trapke, as soon as I feel it, it doesn't feel like him. This is Trapke. He was a 100%. The kids all feel the same. And Dave Tracy, you know what I'm talking about. Is a super loft? Yeah, I think it is. And again, this is again, a guy like Van Zoren knows good pigeons. He's another guy with great pigeons. Van Heat pigeons, over 100 years, top results, and she's doing good in one loft racing. I think she's a very and again, it's kind of sad that her father Obviously, the grandfather aren't here anymore to see what she took over. But I will say she's a very underrated loft. Gets a lot of slack, and I think a lot of people are jealous for the amount of wins that her family had before her. And I think they thought she was going to crash and burn, and she was just a pretty woman. But she found a way to claw and fight all the way to the top. We were actually having a talk today, and it was funny. And we were talking about Jansen's, and she has the book, and I'm going to give the book away on for her auction. I'm going to put it up, an autograph book, original Van He book, to maybe the highest bidder or something like that. I haven't thought yet. I'm not quite there yet, but it will come to me. But in the book, she showed the Jansons that she had purchased. Not her, but her father purchased Jansons, and I believe started purchasing Jansons from the brothers from the 1950s. And they had a great collection. And you see it in the book. You can see all the photos at Janssen's place, and I thought that was great. And when her father died, passed away, and that was very sad. You know, the world got turned upside down for her. And well, like for anybody, I mean, again, that's the world. The world is a bitch, isn't it? Got turned upside down, and it was kind of funny about what we talked about. But he had 50 or 60 Jansons at the time. Directs from the O19, all the key pigeons. And she ended up getting rid of them all because she just didn't know that much about Jansen. And she said to me that was a big mistake that I made, just because the way people are for the Jansons, Jansen, um, and all the ones that she had. But she said, well, I just wanted to focus on the distance races, what my father's real legacy was. I mean, he had those good Yancey's. So what can I say? And she had maybe I would probably say that Annemie Van Hees family had probably one of the largest collection pure Jansons. Like, I mean, they spent large money. And you look in the book, they had take a look. Well, you'll see the book. I'll show it on the show, but the group of pigeons that she had from Jansen was mind blowing, and it's kind of just we kind of look and say like, oh, too bad I didn't keep them, you know. But she did say in some of her pedigrees, way in the back, there's still Jansen. Again, you can ask her when we do the show. We're just kind of going down memory lane tonight. If you were to start from scratch, no pigeons in a loft, anything is go. Where do you go to buy? Any auction I do, my friend. I'm looking, but I will say this. In the auction, I'm looking for tens. I'm looking for direct children, and I'm looking for the heaviest pedigrees, the pedigrees where in as many generations of winners as I can find. And that's even against our own auctions. You know, I'm not looking for one generation or two generations. I'm looking for three, four generations. It's funny, when we look at talk with Van Heen today, of course we got direct children, right? We'll say like there's the father, there's the mother, national ace, first top provincial, okay, whatever. But then all of a sudden she goes back. Oh, that's Prince Maxime, Freddie Bambino. Boom, boom, back there, way back is the Mota. We're looking deep into the pedigree, and when you see the pedigrees, they're deep in the back, deep in the middle, deep in the front of results. That means the odds of those pigeons that you get will produce you better. There's more stones unturned in the pedigree. And forget bred for stock. Uh, let's see. What do you think of Van Zoren cross with a Van He? Good pigeons to good pigeons. Yeah. They have flown in the US all distances. Yeah. I think what it was though, that Van he knew the pigeons, a bit about the pigeons, didn't want to have those sprint pigeons. She thought, hey, oh, this is all they can do. Maybe that's why she got rid of them. And I think she was a little bit overwhelmed, to be honest. Again, I'm speaking on her behalf here a little bit, but I can imagine, your father passes away. You don't want to give up this legacy. You're new, and what do? You can't keep everything, right? It's very overwhelming. Hey, we're all going to make little mistakes. And is it a mistake? No, maybe it was the best thing she ever did. Maybe if she had kept all those birds, it would have overwhelmed her and she'd have got out or something. So, I'm not saying it's a mistake, but we laughed about it because those were super money pigeons, like real money pigeons. Can you buy the book anywhere? I can see how many she has, and maybe I can sell a few, put them up for auction. All right. Yeah, we have the Jansen Video Loft tour coming this week. We do. Lars and myself put it together. We've also got the Dishamacher Loft tour coming up, which is good. The owner is taking us through. It's about a 35-minute video, so I think you guys will like that. When is the show? When is the show? The show. I'm doing a show with Lars this Thursday. I don't have the time. The show with Lars, I just have to ask him. We're going to keep everything to Thursday nights, our shows, and we're going to pick a time, just like this Monday Night Family show is now moved to 6 o'clock. We will post up so you guys know. Lars and myself are going to have a beer. We're going to look at the pigeons up this week for auction. You can ask him questions about what he thinks of the pigeons. He never sees the pigeons before the show. He sees them raw the way they are. Okay. So if you have a question, you can ask. You're going to get the gradings of the pigeons this year. Again, every pigeon is not perfect, but we're looking for 8.5s, nines, 9.5s, and if we can hit tens, that's great. Sometimes though, you're going to have a pigeon that's an eight, or the vents are going to be open, or it's going to be a deeper pigeon. All four of these pigeons are very nice. My least favorite in the hands is the fourth one. Still a direct child, still super quality, but looking at the four, you're always going to have a favorite. What is it? Chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, rum and raisin. Four flavors. You don't like them all the same. There's always one that's your first, always one that's your second, always one that's your third, and there's always going to be the loser. Man, he opens auction on Friday. Jansen auction will open on Wednesday. Jos Goosen, yes, the man. I've gotten lots of reports from this man. He will be on our show as well. Jos Goosen will open on Sunday. I don't mean buying stock birds. I mean, if you were to buy a round of young birds, where would you go? Where would I go? Uh, man, you're really putting me on the spot. I go like the Lambert's pigeons, like Van Zoren's pigeons. I like Sonia Vandermelen pigeons. George Van Alsecker. Ooh, those are good. Maybe Willie Daniels? Perez, Clairbot? Who else? Jos Goosen? Yeah. Anime? Uh, How could I not? Annex Gojian. Yeah, a lot of people have given us a lot of referrals from that. You're asking me again. The breeders that we represent, I would try a round of their birds. There's no problem. Would I go and buy them? I don't know. I've never thought about where I would go to buy. I think because I've been spoiled and I've got to see these people, and I see these people not just for the auction. I've known them now for multiple years. Um, I guess I know them on a little bit of another level, and I get confident. Guy Vandenauer, 100%. I'd take a round. Peter Vandermeer, take a round. Um, Nicholas and Philip Norman, 100%. I'd take a round. Milovic. I'm not into long distance racing, but how could I not take a round to play Barcelona? Um, White Pigeon Loft. Look at they had 10 pigeons, top national victories. How could you not take a round from them? Like, it's crazy. I'm spoiled. That's not the question to ask me. Where wouldn't I go? I wouldn't go to a loft that can't show me multiple wins. It just doesn't have it, and I can see you'll see it right away in the wins. My father used to come there to hear father to buy from the Mota. Okay, well, you know what? You gotta get your dad the red Mota. That's what you need, the red cock. Uh, oh, let me check for you, Alfred. I'm gonna check. I believe he has it too. Let's see. Alfred, there you go for your father, eh? Let me see though. Light ring. Think your dad likes a darker ring. Boy, he is nice. Your father's either gonna like the six or the 588 or the 699. This is the 699. I think the 699 is my favorite. I am a sucker for reds, but the 699 here, this blue cock, this is the one. This is the one for your dad, Alfred, right here. That's my thought. I think he's got everything that your dad would like. Nice wing, nice buoyant. He's a little lighter than the red cock. Got the super eye, super nice ring, but buoyancy, soft, silky feather. He's got the perfect length. So remember, Alfie, the 966. That's the pigeon for you, Alfred. Or get him the motorcock. But I think from what I see from what your dad looks at, I think the blue one. Is Lars the one who flies the Van Lars? Yes, he does. He's got some Van Laar. Again, if you guys want to sign up to our auction site, if you're from the UK, you're paying in Canadian dollars. You can get the pigeons from Belgium to the UK. There's no problem. And you don't have to wait for quarantine. So you're lucky on that one. Germany. Yeah, Germans have great pigeons. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss anything. And guys, I really do mean it. Your subscription's great. I think we have like between YouTube and Facebook close to 35,000 subscribers and followers. That's awesome. I remember when we tried to have 1,000. You guys are making it possible. I have nothing to do with it. Yes, he does. Dave Crozier, good answer, Ryan. What was my answer? Christmas is coming, Halford. Yeah, you know what? And sometimes I'll tell you something. Um, whenever I'm here, I never say, but I'm always looking for a certain pigeon for Richard, and I know the pigeon I'm looking for. I'm not going to say, but I'm looking, and I know it's got to be a certain pigeon. And when I find it, I'm gonna be getting it for him, just as a little gift. Again, it'll have everything. It'll be a direct child. It'll have everything to it. And I think sometimes when you give that to somebody or your partner or whatever, it kind of gives them a little, just something nice. Christmas is coming, and I'm not telling anybody what I'm gonna get Ricky. I haven't found it yet. You're talking a lot of sense because to many people, have to have a name or blood. Well, of course, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna throw this out here, and I want to give credit. I'm going to take, for instance, Paul McAloney. I'm using him again. Very good flyer in Scotland, top flyer, Golden Doif winner, regeneration, pigeon racing machine. Good pigeon man. I think you could put him anywhere. Put him in Belgium, he'd be good. He'd be right there. Put him in Holland, he'd be right there. Put him in North America, he'd bury him in the top. Okay, very good pigeon man. He had his family of pigeons, blues and checkers. Fantastic. Talked to him a few times in the mid two in the 2021, 2022. And I gave him some of my feelings, and I said, you don't have any war paint. You don't have any colored pigeons, blah 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 blah. And we got along quite well. And yeah, we talked, did a great auction with him, sold his highest pigeons. Again, Kid Caviar, I think, was his highest at 13,000. Good pigeon. And a few years later, he sold all of his pigeons. I'm getting out of pigeons. Okay, good. Got out of pigeons. Didn't want to do pigeons no more. Set all the records. Done. And he gets out. About 6 months goes by, and I see him going and interested in Blizzard Kittle pigeons, the Kittle Van de Bulk pigeons. Okay, what do they have? They got grizzles, they got red pieds, mealy pieds, blue pieds. They still got nice blue bars, still got some nice checkers, but they got war paint. And he takes these pigeons, and I'm seeing now what he's doing with them. Fantastic, flying great, setting little new records, whatever he's doing, and they're good pigeons. He's a great pigeon man. Now he's got another ammo. He's got war paint that wins. Okay, better than his own old family. 100%. He's going to see it when he goes to sell because I'll tell you, I love flying a beautiful red pied, and if it's a top pigeon and I can get the results with it, I can put the work in and get those results. I'll take them all day. I rather have war paint than blues and checkers. Blues and checkers are great. I like grizzles. I like pies. I like reds. I like blacks. I like whites. I don't look at color. But for the full circle, you need a bit of war paint. Great show. I don't know. Great show. It's pretty good. Yes, we ship to the UK. Okay. Answer to where you should go to get a new start in the sport. Well, where should you go? Can we buy from the US? Yes, you can buy from the United States. Buying from the US, we sell, most of our clients are in the United States because you guys save a lot. Dave Crozier, where do you go to get new pigeons? Is that what you're asking, Crozier? Worldwide shipping, we have it. Good evening, Ryan. Hope you are well, and Feathered Elite crew are in the best of health. Yeah, we're okay. Are we in the best of health? I don't know. Never know. I don't care the colors. They are, as long as they just happen to have More war paint. I love the war paint, and I'm not gonna lie. Hey, actually, I would say if I'm gonna start in pigeons, I'm going with war paint. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna tell you, it's got to be the full circle. Checker pies, blue pies, red pies, some grizzles, and I think those Vandenbalk pigeons they kind of have that. But it's nice to see. Like I know people say, "Oh, grizzles don't win," or "Those don't win." Listen, if you know how to play them and you get top quality, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. No, you gave a good answer. Oh, thanks, Croce. Yeah. Hey, Croce, I try and give an honest answer. And people keep asking, well, where would you go? Where would you go? Where would you go? You know what? A loft, we've got great pigeons. Dennis Sapin, fantastic. Dirk Leekins, fantastic. Take a look, guys. What did Dirk Leekins have this year? 43 equal first prizes in his loft. Like, I think he won every club race. He won a first national. Come on, we're gonna have him. You want to see some Grizzles? Oh my God, Woo! Some real beauties. Listen, I'm not interested. I hate to say this because it sounds stupid, but I'm not interested in colors. I'm not going to buy a grizzle or a red pied or a blue bar or a black or a white with no wins in it. The tree has to have loaded. If everything's loaded, I will do it. I will play. I'm not worried about the hawk eating it. It's all rubbish. They have to be loaded. If the pedigree's loaded, I don't care of the color. Now, you have two loaded pedigrees. It's a blue bar, one's mealy. I take the mealy. One's a blue bar, one's a red pied. Same quality pedigree. I take the red pied. That's what I'm taking because I know I like to look at them. And if I do want to sell, so it's just a little bit higher. Dennis Sapan, Dave Crozier agreed. Super pigeons. You want to see a loft that's completely underrated? I tried to get them this season. I don't think I can, just because pretty much sold out. Some of these lofts very hard to get pigeons from. Not because they don't want to work, they do. It's just if they get a Chinese client that comes in and buys two rounds, they're sold out. But anyways, yeah, that's a very tricky question. And Pigeon Racer UK, I will say this, and if Jeff Henderson is on, I think the people that have come on the tour, they will. I mean, and they only see it once, so it's a bit different. But they see it when they do the 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 or 10 loss that we go and visit. By the end of it, all they do is they go like this. I don't know how you do how do you pick a favorite? How do you pick a favorite, Ryan? Because we can't pick it. It's very hard, and that's where you look at all the things. You look at you're looking at pedigrees. You're looking at this. You look at everything. And when I push those breeders to give their very best, and everyone gives their very best, and they really put it out there, I can say to you, uh, Dennis Sapan, sure. Van Zoren, yes. Emil Denny's, definitely. Nicholas Norman, okay, 100%. Herman's Bonnie, of course. Like I can look at them and just say, yeah, who would? Color doesn't matter. Winners are winners, no matter what color. Says our good friend Mike Green, and that is right. They will say. Give me a red Pied that wins. I'll take it every day of the week. I'm trying to see here. I wanted to. Oh, I'm a little. Who wants a Pigeon Boss hoodie? Anybody want a Pigeon Boss hoodie? Let me know. Or a Feathers Elite hoodie. Let me know if you want one. Post it in on the comments. I might give some away today. Anybody want a Pigeon Boss hoodie? They are all so great. Open your eyes on what great pigeons should handle like. Yes, and that's correct. Because on the Pigeon Boss tour, and Jeff Henderson knows, we call him Hendo, when I go to the breeders, when I go to the breeders, we normally look at some auction birds, but they bring out their superstars. They bring out the first national ace, first provincial ace pigeon. They're super breeders. They will bring them out, or you will go and see them in the lofts. You get to handle them, and they pass the birds around, and you start to feel it, and you'll see it. Hey, I was at. I remember last year we were at Guy's place, and what was the name of the hen? Um, Not Black Sugar. What's her name? Special Black. Okay. When he brought out Special Black, and everyone handled it. And he said, yeah, he turned down 350,000 euros for it. You get what I'm saying? It's a super breeder. National Ace Pigeon. You're handling that. World class, man. Okay, let's see. All right. Now I'm gonna ask Leah if she is on. Leah, let's see here. JD Teal wants a Pigeon Boss hoodie. David Tracy wants a Pigeon Boss hoodie. Brian Maters wants a Pigeon Boss hoodie. Michael Peebler, he wants one. I need a 3XL, says JD Teal. Milton says he wants one. Heather Collins says, good evening, Ryan. And my favorite color is the one in the trap first. Okay, so sounds like we got some people that want some hoodies. I want to give a hoodie away. I want to give a few. The old one is worn out. Okay, even Alfred wants one. So we got people who want the hoodie. Leah, if you are watching, can we give a hoodie away? My Willie Daniels are mostly mealies and red checks, and a few supers from them this year, but winners throughout the. Great job, Mike. I know probably Mike wants a hoodie. Your channel should encourage me even more in pigeon racing, watching it, videos of it. Except, hey, you got to come on the tour, man. You're from the UK. I have another UK guy coming at the end of November. Pigeon UK. You should come, man. Look at this 3XL. Where's Ricky and Lars? Oh, the comments are coming over. 3 extra large, too. All right. You guys all want a hoodie. Okay? We're going to try this for next week. We're going to try it for next week. I'm going to give a hoodie away. Leah, we want to give a hoodie away. So, how are we going to do this? David Tracy wants a large. Turn the heat up. Great pigeons. Good evening. Yes, we can. Leah, how in the world do we give a hoodie away? Post that in the comments. We're going to get you guys hoodies. You want hoodies? I want to give you hoodies. You're going to have to do one thing to get a hoodie. Now, it's a little bit of work, but hey, you want something? Nothing comes for free, right? You got to put the work in to get that hoodie. You got to dig deep, man. Dig deep. Here you go. Enter. Put your results in. I don't care. Put them in. from pigeons that you've received from Feathers Elite. They got to be 50% Feathers Elite pigeons. You put in your results. We're going to draw. We're going to do a warm up draw. I've had this up here for 2 weeks. You people are all asleep. Come on, let's go. Wake up, man. Dave Crozier needs one. Come on, guys. I will buy one. You can buy one. Yeah, you can buy one as well. But I'm saying if you get results with our pigeons, please post them in the comments. Please post them. Go on our website. You'll see it there. Post. It's all right there. You can enter to win. I'll give you guys a hoodie. I don't think that's much to ask. And we'll make it a little bit of fun. We'll do the draw, give you a hoodie, the exact size that fits you. We'll actually get it a little bit bigger so you can grow into it. I have no results because this is my first year. Well, you can't win one. Jesus Christ. Your first year. You gotta be patient, man. You can buy one of those. Oh, if you do come on the Pigeon Boss tour, we give you a hoodie. That is a bonus as well. Oh, Wally wins. You're going to Hub Herman. I don't know. He's one of these guys that's a little bit afraid of people robbing his pigeons. Me, I don't know. We've got it out there. We're in talks, but you know, you don't want to put the whole show in. You don't want to give me your very best. I'm not interested. I've seen him at many shows. No problem. Maybe this is going to be the year or it's not. I got enough people in the queue. Good pigeons, yeah, but I need him to give me his very best. I don't take anything under their very best. Does Tracy have hoodies? Yes, Tracy has hoodies. Love her birds. Oh, sorry. Jay Oliver, I have one and just got him, but his results are 100% so far. LOL. Ah, hey guys, the Pigeon Boss Awards last year, we gave cash prizes away. I'm trying to get you guys into doing this. It's just for fun. You put your results in. We're gonna put everything on a wheel and spin the wheel. That's it. We're gonna do it live here on a show, and the winners are gonna be the winners. So, you know, take a look, for instance, they're in the Tar Heel race. Ingram had some top results. He can post them in. Uh, I'm using as an example. If you've gotten top results from pigeons from us, 50% pigeons from us, enter them in. Okay, look at that's what Leah says. We will do something next week for everyone, like a trivia question. Okay, we're going to do a trivia question for next week, but I'm going to say this. I'm not giving a hoodie away unless we get some people entered in. Come on, guys. We all work together. Mike Green says pigeons breed off of pigeons from Feathers Elite from their children are breeding new winners now. There you go. Yeah, guys. Mike's going to enter his results in. David Tracy's going to enter his results in. I got an idea. Buy a pigeon in the auction and get a hoodie. Ah, you guys are fun. Let me know what one costs. I will send. They're all on our website, guys. When is the pigeon tour? Dave Crozier. We have a pigeon tour starting next Monday. We will continue the shows, so you will be on. And we have one coming up at the end of November. Everything's on our website, guys. I'll come and visit you live and have a beer. Well, Alfred, you don't have to drive all the way here. I'm going to drive over to you. We're bringing the tour to your place. We'll have the beer there. Speaking of beer, this is not my favorite one. The trivia will be based on three breeders we are representing this week. Ooh, so our trivia is going to be based on Enemy Van Heen, Jos Goosen, and the Breeding Center. We're going to do videos of each of them. We're going to do live talking to, watch them. The trivia questions will come out of there. We'll have a little bit of fun. Okay? That's all we can do. We'll give a hoodie away. We're going to give a hoodie away. You're getting a hoodie. Someone's getting a hoodie. But guys, come on, man. Pigeon bossed me up here. Jeez. Take a look. Okay? All right? Voila. You guys happy or what? You guys are going to get a hoodie. What is this? Oh, sorry. Let me get the screen back. Any birds that sell for more than 5K gets a hoodie. That's a good call. You know what, guys? Um, I can give hoodies for birds, whatever. The gift is the pigeon, man. You know, the pigeons that we sell are very good quality, top quality. That's the gift right there. Uh, Bring the fun back at FIPA. I like it. Well, okay. We'll uh we'll do some trivia for next week. We'll have a bit of fun. Got to figure out how many questions we're gonna do, and I don't know how we're gonna get we're gonna get the answers because how are we gonna do this? Because everyone's just gonna chime in. But I guess it's the first one to answer the questions, and we'll go from there. Think it's been a good show tonight. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Remember, guys, he is going to the Flyers, not the people bullshit. Yeah, we go to the Flyers. That's right. You know what, guys? Pipa does their own thing. People like that. That's great. Enemy Cage breeder me a winner last year, and his son bred me a High Point bird this year in the club. Good job, guys. Look at now. Go to our website and send them in. And just remember, if we do this trivia, hey, okay, guys, you want me to do trivia? This is exactly what we're saying here. Please participate if we do. Now, if we're going to put the trivia questions next week, come on, let's play. But I say it's the same way. This here, we've put this out. Please participate, guys. There's nothing worse than asking for participation and nobody participates. Why not? Are you guys embarrassed? What's the problem? Don't be shy. Anyways, that's that. We like to play the games. We like to give stuff away, but we're asking to participate, just like I do on this Monday Night Family show. And you guys have gotten better and better and better. Now, you guys want to have some fun? Enter into the awards, and we'll play some games next weekend. I want to say to everyone, thanks for tuning in. Thank you for letting me adjust the time. I appreciate that. Hey, think about it. Right now, it's 1 o'clock in the morning for me. That means, I still get to go to bed at somewhat of a decent time. I know last year was pretty hard. Some nights I went to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning after these shows, and I had to get up at 8 or 7 or 8 in the morning and shuffle it along. Yes. Oh, yeah, that was Pigeon Bingo. Uh, we're just doing the wheel now. I don't know. We're going to do something different. But, anyways, we're going to have some fun. You guys make this fun. I enjoy it. Of course, I do miss not being at home, but it is what it is for now. And we're here. We got the best pigeons. We got super breeders. We got a great Pigeon Boss tour on the horizon, and one even further in the queue. Tomorrow, I'm going to Mars's Loft, not Lars, the Loft of Mars. That is a brand new loft with some super pigeons in the diamond of her box. So that'll be good. See you next Monday. Yes. Jeff Henderson will be here next Monday. So I'm pretty sure they're going to sit in on the show. Love to have you here, but probably got enough Van Hees. Oh, yeah, that was there. Okay. There's the Pigeon Boss Awards. And again, guys, take your time and enter them. And as for my buddy there, what's his name? I can't remember his name. That's how much of a nothing it is. The guy from Peterborough, what's his name? Bill Estelle. I'm sorry, my friend, if I rubbed you the wrong way. Rubbins Racing. You said something about me breeding pigeons and sending them to a race and you breeding them. I'll go to the Holiday Cup or California Classic. One for one. No problem. You tell me when. I'm Ryan for this Elite Pigeon Auctions. Like, share, and subscribe. I'll be on tomorrow. I'm going to bed. I finished my choof. That was a tough one. Thursday night, I'll be on with Lars. And next Monday, our mates from down under will be here. So a lot of busy shit. Get your awards in. Come on now. Oh, I got to switch this over. See you next Monday, 6. Like, share, and subscribe. Bye. Pushed the wrong song. Did I push the wrong song? I think I did. Yeah. Shoot. Another nutcracker. Push this one.